Okay, recording. All right. All right, my journal is bigger. Just because one of my kids from last year gave me a bigger one, and so I'm using it this year. But mine from last year is the same size that yours is, okay? And so that's what you need, is one that's this size, all right? Don't write on the front yet because I'm going to pass out some Sharpies, okay? Because if you write with something other than a Sharpie, it is not going to work very well, all right? So I am going to go here. We are going to finish our paper plate activities today, and we're going to finish our puzzle pieces. But we're going to work on our math journal first because I wanted to make sure that Willie was here for that part. But okay. Let's see. Let me see if we send his mom a message.
He just told me here. There it goes. Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to come back to the core bites part. We're going to do your journal first. Okay. All right. Who needs a Sharpie? And I have lots of different colors. What color you want, Drew? Who else needs one? And if you borrow one of my Sharpies, I need it back. Please don't keep it. What color? All right, on the front of your journal. Now, if your journal's like this and it doesn't have the white space, you can write your name wherever you want to write your name, okay? I do ask that you write your name neatly, okay? Because this is something that you're going to have the entire year. You want to make sure that it's nice and neat. So you need your name. Y'all, don't write your name. Write your name. So if your name is Annabelle Andrews, you write Annabelle, okay?
Have you had somebody write your name?
Yes. And write 6 math. That way you know that this is your 6th grade math journal, okay? This is the journal that you're using for this school year.
Oh, should just put it at the bottom. Okay. Put it on there.
Like this. Yes, sir. Okay.
I barely said that.
All right, if you have one of my Sharpies, just hold on to it for now because you'll need it again for your core bites folder. So if you've got one of mine, just put it to the side, okay? Now, your math journal is going to be like your textbook this year, okay? I'm going to step right here so you can hear me a little bit better. Okay. John and Annabelle. Elizabeth, come here.
You really joined? No.
All right, I'm gonna go over something else. Okay, now your math journal is gonna be like your textbook, okay? I'm gonna give you copies of things. I'm gonna show you mine from last year. You know, on your supply list at the bottom, there were some student wish list items. Do y'all remember seeing those items? Items that you didn't have to have, but you could have, okay? One thing was tabs. Mine are the hard plastic ones. John's, I think, are like the Post-it ones that you just stick on.
It's just little.
It's just that one time, or there's some wider ones.
These good? Yeah, I have water.
That's perfect.
I had the thing
Perfect.
I got more. I have ones that's
So it doesn't matter what size, all right? I want you to listen for a second. Doesn't matter what size, and you don't have to have them. Perfect.
And I got more.
So, yep. All right. I happened to order some one time and I ordered way too many. And so that's why I have these. I was ordering them for something else and I just decided to use them for my journal because I ordered too many. Okay. But as we go throughout the year, your journal, we're going to keep, have you done a journal before like this?
No.
No. Okay. We're going to put all of your important stuff in here. Okay. So that as we go throughout the year, perfect, Alice. Do you need a Ziploc bag for those? Okay. As we go throughout the year, you're going to put things in here that you might want to go back and look at. Okay. The reason that I use a marbled notebook like this or a journal is because these pages are woven together. Okay. If you turn right smack to the middle, you can see that there is stitching that goes down the middle. Perfect. Okay. There's stitching that goes down the middle so that your pages don't fall out. All right. John, come here for a minute.
My fourth time in quarantine.
You gotta close them. You have to follow the wall. She's got one children. That's the better. For how long? You gotta tell her. That counts. If you didn't say like more. It don't matter again. It matters if it's 100. So they won't get into it.
Somebody died.
Okay. He's still not. All right. We're going to add some things to your journal today, okay? Because we're going to make this journal your own journal. It's like your own book, all right? So if you will open your journal And let me show you because I want to make sure that you do it correctly, okay? Open it up so that you have the cover, okay? And this blank page, and then turn the page. So that this is, just leave it on your table for right now. This is blank, okay? And on the right side, you are gonna make that your title page, okay? And I didn't change that. Oh. What? I know, I changed everything else. All right. I would suggest you not use a Sharpie, okay? I would suggest you use colored pencils or highlighters. Highlighters work wonderfully on this page. They do not bleed through, so if you have different color highlighters, use them, okay? We're not talking. I'm going to give you just a couple of minutes to do your title page, and then we'll move on.
Can we have to write title page?
You can. If you have markers, you can use them. Just try to make, if they bleed through, it's okay, because we're going to tape some things. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. You just can't use a Sharpie. If you use a Sharpie, it's not going to work. Right. But you should not be talking because you should be filling out your pages. Your name.
Do we have to write title page?
No,
Alright.
Too late, I already did it.
you can. It doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want to on it. Don't do that because you'll tear your, yeah, it'll tear the, yeah.
Hey, we can draw that.
John,
Let's go on this one.
it's okay. Just do it again. All right, listen. I want you to listen while you're working, okay? The Google recording that I'm gonna do, I'll do the Google Meet every day, okay? So if you get sent home, all right, and y'all, it can happen to any of us at any point in time, all right? If you get sent home on quarantine, then you would join our math class during this time, okay? Does that make sense? If you have an older sibling here, I'll send papers home with them that you can use. Or you can watch the recorded lesson after your sibling gets home with the papers. It doesn't matter, okay? Because I'll record it and I'll put it on there. But if you get sent home, you need to try your best to keep up with your work. If you do not have an older sibling here or someone that can take your papers home to you, I will be glad to meet your parents, put it in the office for your parents to pick up papers, whatever to make it easiest for you and your parents, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Like, I don't like to tell you, so if I get sent home, you get sent home first.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's on. Does that count?
All right, before we go any farther, I want to teach you how to tear tape, okay? Since you've never used a journal before, I'm going to teach you how to tear tape, all right? This is an important skill, all right? Everybody has a tape dispenser in the basket on your table, okay? Now, everybody at your table has to share that tape dispenser unless you bought your own tape, okay, which most people did not, okay? I have plenty of tape. We use tape all year long. If you use a glue stick, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, it doesn't stick forever, okay? We want these papers to be stuck in your math journal forever so that if you get to an algebra class or a geometry class, or if you get to 7th grade or 8th grade and you say, oh my gosh, I remember doing that in 6th grade and I remember I had some steps in my journal. Let me go back and look, okay? Because y'all, some of you are going to do that. Some of you won't, but some of you will, okay? And you want to be able to easily go back and find what you want to find, okay? So you don't want it to fall out. We're not using a glue stick, okay? Now, if you look at your tape, okay, I want to show you something. Just watch me for a second. Everybody watch me for a second, okay? Now, because I buy the tape, I buy the cheap tape, okay? If you have your own tape, you might have the expensive kind of tape, and that's great. Expensive kind of tape is easier to tear. So hats off to you. You'll have easy to tear tape. Miss Bird buys the cheap kind. It's harder to tear, okay? So I want to show you what to do. When it stops right here at the base of the roll, it's going to make a little line, okay? And this length right here is about how much you need for each side of your paper, okay? So for each paper that you tape into your journal, you'll need 4 pieces of tape, okay? Because the people at your table are going to be sharing tape, tear off your tape, stick it on the edge of your table, and then pass the tape dispenser, okay? So that because y'all, I know how you are. You're going to be sitting there trying to put the tape on the paper while everybody else at your table is going, pass the tape. You're taking too long with the tape. I know how it works, okay? So I want you to watch me, okay? And we're going to practice this until we get it right, all right? So when you pull your tape out, pull it to the line. You see how it made a little line right there? I don't know if you can see it, but it made a little line. Pull it to the line. But because I buy the cheap tape, you need to take your finger and just kind of push it. I mean, don't jab it, okay? It's teeth that's going to cut it, okay? So just take your finger and kind of push it on there. And when you pull it down, pull it at an angle, okay? You see how I pulled it to an angle? One way or the other. Doesn't matter which way. Depends on what hand you are. And stick it at the edge of your table so you can use it in a minute, okay? And you will get faster. You pull it to about the line, put your finger on it, pull it at an angle. And how many pieces of tape do you need for each piece of paper?
4.
4, okay? Then you pass the tape dispenser, all right? Now, listen to me carefully. If you don't push it down a little bit with your fingers, and if you pull it straight down, guess what's going to happen?
It's going to come out and keep coming.
It's going to keep coming, okay? It's just going to make little teeth marks on your tape because I buy the cheap tape, okay? It's not going to tear easy, all right? So, y'all, I'm telling you, pull it, put it down, just do your finger like that, and pull it to the side, okay? All right, so I want you to get your tape, one person, go ahead, pull it out, and keep going.
Stay in class.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does everybody have their 4 pieces of tape? Is everybody ready for your next step? Okay. So you have your title page right here. I want you to flip over 1 page. So you're looking at the back of your title page. Okay. Look at the back of your title page. This first page of the syllabus is going to go right here on the back of the title page. Okay. Like this on the back right here. Okay. So I want you to take this down, and I put it on your table. Okay. Please watch me. We do not roll tape in here. Okay. If you roll tape and roll it and put it under each piece of paper, your journal is going to be like massive by the end of the year. Okay. Now, if we take my journal from last year, did it grow a little bit? Yeah. Okay. But I did not roll my tape. So let's watch. You're going to take this and you're going to take your tape. You're going to take 1 piece of tape and you're going to put it at the top. Okay. You're going to take another piece of tape and you're going to put it at the bottom. Hey, Willie.
Hey,
How are you?
fantastic.
Yay. We're glad you're here. Can you get your math journal out for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay. Okay. I'm going to get you caught up in just 1 second. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then tape over here on the side. Okay. So you have 4 pieces of tape. All right, Willie, this is what we've done so far. Okay. On the front of your math journal, I want you to write your name. Hey, you've got your name. Okay. And math.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
What you writing on there?
Oh,
What you put on there?
for math here, you know.
Math.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Jennifer's birthday is here.
What you need, Willie?
I'm using my composition book, remember?
That's your journal.
Oh.
Here. You got this one for math.
Okay.
Yep. This kind of notebook, Willie, like this. Not that one. No. Like this. The first one you had.
Cynthia, she means
See, let me hold
is
yours.
this here.
Okay, we'll use that.
See, this is Annabelle's right here. You see with the black binding on the side?
Yes,
Yep,
ma'am.
that's the one right there.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, so open it up. Okay, now open one more page.
Okay.
And on this page, I want you to write your name. I'm going to go back up here like this. And I'm hoping that you can see this up here. All right, can you see that on the board, Willie?
Yes,
Let
ma'am.
me see. I might have. Okay. You write your name and then write the year at the bottom, okay? You can write it in pencil or colored pencil or marker, whatever you want to write it with, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to give you 1 second to do that, okay?
Get my crayons and stuff
Right.
like that, okay?
While Willie's doing that, I'm going to pass these out, okay? You need 4 more pieces of tape.
crayon.
Do not take
This one?
it. I'm going to tell you where to go.
I put them in like the drawers, like the
You can.
drawer underneath the lamp.
Pass it in at your table.
They're probably in the book bag here.
All right, you ready, Willie?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Okay. You don't need me, do you? All right, if you are ready, you can take the second page onto the right page. See if I can share my screen, Willie. Let's see. All right, does that make it easier, Willie, to see it like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I know. All right, Willie. I'm not sure if your mom can print your syllabus. If she cannot print it, if you'll just let me know, I'll put it in the office for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, in here, you have taped your syllabus on the right side and on the left side, okay? And I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm not reading this entire syllabus to you because that's boring, okay? And we're not doing that. All right. And it just says that this is an overview for math, and that you need to read it. Our classroom is an active environment. Y'all, I am up moving all the time, okay? I'm making sure that you are on task all the time. And sometimes people are doing different things in here, okay? After we do math testing, I will get you set up on Khan Academy. I use your specific math score to get you set up on Khan Academy. So if you finish something early, you work on that. Okay, you work on Khan Academy on your level, all right? And that helps you stay on task and not get bored, all right? Nobody likes to be bored, okay? Rules, now I put these in here, which are very similar to what y'all come up with, and we do have to sign these, okay? Be prepared, be respectful, be honest, keep our room clean, okay? And treat others how you want to be treated. Y'all changed one for us and put work hard, try your best, okay? Consequences. I always give you a warning, okay? And if you don't stop, I usually pull you after class, okay? If it's during class and I can't get you to stop in class, I pull you outside for a minute. Figure out what's going on, okay? Why can't we pay attention? Why aren't we on task? Because sometimes, y'all, we have some things going on at home that throw us for a loop. And some days are just not good days, okay? And that's okay, all right? We just have to try our best to stay on task. We do have lunch detention this year. I also, if you see on here, I don't mind calling your parents, okay? I call parents for good and bad things. Put those up for me. I call for both. And parents often call me to ask me questions about things that are going on at school, and that's okay. All right. I don't mind. I answer questions as long as it's before about 8:30 at night. I know that y'all might stay up later than that, but I am an old woman. And I go to bed early. I am usually, you can ask John, in the bed by 9 o'clock. Okay. If I stay up late, if it's after 9 o'clock. Annabelle, you could probably ask her. Teacher moms go to bed early because we are exhausted at the end of the day. Homework. I do not give a lot of homework. Okay. We have 80 minutes in here. Okay. That should be enough time for us to do a lesson. My lesson's up here. If my lesson to you lasts 30 minutes, that's a long time. Okay. They're usually like 15, 20, 25-minute lessons. Okay. Then we work out problems. I do a gradual release method where I do a few problems. We do a few problems together. You do some problems and your partner checks it. Okay. And then you work independently and I walk around and check your work. Okay. I know you may not have a whole lot of after school activities, but some of your classmates might. Okay. You might have classmates who are involved in football, cheerleading, dance, gymnastics, horse riding, music lessons, whatever it is. There's a lot going on in the afternoons. Okay. So I do not assign a lot of homework. When I do assign homework, I do give you extra credit for it. Okay. The extra credit will count on a quiz or a test. All right. I'm not going to make you stay in at recess and do it or lunch and do it. I'm not going to make you stay after school and do it. Okay. Because I'm going to go over the answers. So there's no point in you doing it after the night before. Does that make sense? Because I've already given you the answers. Communication. I like to be in contact with your parents. Okay. You will have a map sheet that you will fill out and take home and get it signed. If I think I need to call your parents because you either went way too fast or you did exceedingly well, I'm going to call your parents. Okay. Because I want them to know how you're doing. Over here on the right side, these are just some things that are important. The first thing is core bites, and core bites are what we will work on the first few minutes of every single class. Okay. Core bites has 5 questions every day. Some are new topics. Some will be review topics. Okay. But we'll go over them every day. Your notebook is, you need your notebook. Don't ever leave your notebook at home. Okay. Make sure that your notebook is in your book bag every single day. Okay. Try to keep your notebook up to date. Y'all, we are going to number our pages. I know it can be challenging if you're out or if you get put on quarantine or if you get sick. It is a challenge. I don't mind spending my lunchtime getting you caught back up or that 5th period enrichment time getting you caught back up. Okay. But keeping this in order is very important. Okay. We will have a notebook test at the end of every quarter. Okay. Now, here's the thing with a notebook test. Before the notebook test, I will go over and say, okay, everybody, look at page 1. Here's my page 1. Does your page 1 look like my page 1? So that should tell you that you should check your page 1 to make sure it's matches, right? Or if you look on page 3, and what's the definition of yada, yada, yada? And you might want to make sure that you've got that, okay? So before the notebook test, because last year we had kids that were out on quarantine, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody was equal and on the same playing field, okay? And y'all, if you keep up with your notebook, that test grade should be an easy 100 that should help your math grade boost up, okay? Quizzes and tests. I will give you quizzes and tests. I don't like to over test you. I feel like you get a lot of testing. You have MAP testing, you have SC Ready testing, you'll have science tests, social studies tests, math tests, ELA writings that you have to do, and it can become a lot, okay? I do announce my test. We have 9 units, so you will have 9 unit tests, okay? There is 1 unit that I break up into 2. So it's really 10 unit tests. We do have math benchmarks that we have to give 3 times. Okay. Like very similar to math testing, you'll have 3 benchmarks. Okay. But I don't do pop quizzes. Okay. I don't do pop tests. Everything's announced. All right. Grading, y'all's 10-point grading scale. Everybody's using the same 40% for tests, 30% for classwork, 30% for quizzes. Okay. Which is kind of not fair that those are equal, but whatever. All right. So I want you to sign it right here saying that you read it. And I want you to take it home and get your parents to sign it. Y'all, I know that there's tape on it. I know that. So just get your parents to sign it somewhere at the bottom right there. Okay. I'm going to give you just 1 minute to do that. You want to get that down today? Sure. Don't lose them now, okay? Okay.
Are you fixing the slide? Are you saying that here?
You need to get to that one? Huh? Yeah, okay. It just went. All right, Willie, are you good?
Hmm.
Do you have questions yet?
I wonder what's the first actual page.
Okay,
This is probably the first actual
that's
page.
the first actual page. Now flip over 1 page.
Okay.
Now let me see. Perfect. That's where I wanted you to write your name, just like that.
This one?
Okay, now flip over again.
Is it forward or backwards?
Forward. Just keep going. And that's where you're going to put your syllabus, okay? So write an S on those 2 pages so you'll know that you're going to tape that there, okay?
Okay.
And then flip over again.
Where did I put the S's?
It doesn't matter because you're going to cover it up with the paper. All right. I want everybody to flip 1 page. All right. After your S pages, Willie, I want you to flip 1 page over. Just flip 2 by accident. All right, Willie, we're going to go over some math procedures, and you can see them right there on your screen, okay? Everybody, I want you to tape this on the left. On the left, okay? I want you to tape this on the left. So get your 4 pieces of tape and then pass it. All right, while you are taping that in, I'm going to talk about a few of these things, okay? All right, so listen. The first thing on our list is entering the classroom. And Willie, what I'm going to do every day is I'm going to have you logged in because they're going to come in from special area. And I'm going to have you logging in as they're coming in from special area, okay?
Okay.
And when you come in and when Willie logs on, you will start working on your core bites, okay? Y'all, you can't just sit there and not do it, okay? Please try them. If you absolutely don't know one, circle it or highlight it or something to indicate that you had no idea what that one was. And so that when we go over it, you know that might be something you need to study. Sharpening pencils. Y'all, you don't get up and sharpen pencils whenever you want to. You have to raise your hand, okay? Trash. You do not get to go to trash whenever you want to, because if Gracie gets up and goes to the trash can and she walks all the way across the room, all the way over here, what might she do on her way? Stop and talk. And we don't have time for vacations. We don't have time for chit chats. We only have time to do math in here, okay? You have plenty of room on that table. Just put your trash on the table and we'll get it cleaned up and in the trash can, either on your way out or a lot of times I walk by and pick up your trash. A lot of times I'll say, all right, go put your trash in the trash can. But don't just get up and go throw your trash away. In math, only use a pencil, okay? That's it. We only use a pencil. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. And a pencil allows you to what? Erase, okay? I don't care if you have mechanical pencils. I don't care if you have wooden pencils. But it must be a what? It must be a pencil, okay? Your journal. The most important rule. The most important rule. Everybody look at me, because this is the most important rule. Never, ever, ever, ever tear a page out. Never tear a page out, okay? Because you remember we looked, this book is held together by what? By stitching. So this piece of paper and this piece of paper are all part of what? The same piece of paper. Okay? So if I rip out this side, what's going to happen to this side? It's going to fall out. Okay? So if I'm in the middle somewhere over here and I rip out a page, what's going to happen somewhere over here? It's going to fall out. Okay? So never, ever, 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 ever rip out a page. Okay? Never tear out a page. That's the biggest rule. All right? So dismissal. And we've been practicing this whole week. You don't just get up and leave. I will line you up for you to go to the next class. Classroom materials. I always have classroom materials in the basket. If there's something that you need that's not in there, just ask me. I'll put it in there for you. If you run out of tape, I'll bring you another roll of tape. Okay? The only thing I ask is that when you leave, everything's back in the basket like it was when you got here. Okay? I will say that in these clear things, and I think I've already told y'all this. In the clear things, you have your colored pencils, and you also have mechanical pencils in there. I don't know how good they are. Somebody donated them to my classroom, so I'm using them in your box. Okay, there should be at least 4 different colors. Always use the same color. Okay, so that we don't cross-contaminate pencils. There should also be a highlighter in there because oftentimes you will need a highlighter for your math. I will run off something for you to tape in your journal and I'll say highlight something. So you'll need a highlighter. So if you don't have those things, they're where? Right here in this box, okay? All right, your work area. Now, I've kind of messed up Annabelle and Harley's work area, and I have a little bit on Joe and John's table, but try to keep it nice and neat, okay? If you are absent, because we do have a couple of people absent today, I did send some work home with Elizabeth who left, and then she'll go back and watch this video and catch back up with us. Okay. Joshua is out today, so I have his papers here. You see these two folders up here on this board? When you're out, I'll put your stuff up here. Okay. I put your name on them. I put the date on them. I put a paper clip on them. So when we finish today, I put a paper clip on this, and I'm gonna put it up there for Joshua. Okay. That way, if your parents call me and say Annabelle's out, can you please put her stuff in the main office? All I have to do is grab it, go put it up there in the main office. Her name's already on it. Okay. Willie, if your mom wants me to put stuff in the office for you, all you have to do is tell me. I'll put your name on it and put it up there. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody have a question about those things? Yes, sir. Yes. No. Okay. I'm going to repeat Kelton's question just in case you didn't hear it. Kelton asked if I'm going to put work in the Chromebooks for you to do on the weekend. No. Okay. I don't give homework very much, and I definitely do not give homework on the weekends. Okay. Here's the thing. I enjoy my time with my children. Okay. Most of the time, unless they are arguing, then maybe they need homework.
So
But
you really don't lie.
I don't give a lot of homework, and I definitely don't give it on the weekends. Your families usually have things for you to do on the weekends. That's the time for you to spend with your families. And so I don't do homework on the weekends. Now, I do like to put assignments on here, and we will learn because this is your first experience doing work in Google Classroom and online. I like to do assignments in TeacherMade because all I have to do is upload my exact paper. I don't have to type it into Google Forms. I can, because math has a lot of diagrams, a lot of word columns, and I just upload my paper. And then you can click your answer. However, Willie, this is important for you too. I like to see your work, okay? See, like Willie is virtual, and his work is, it's going to be harder for me to see his work. But his mama, Willie, did your mama tell me you have a scanner?
Cynthia, do you have like a scanner? Something like that?
I got a scanner and a fax machine.
Yes, Mom, Cynthia has a scanner and a fax machine.
Okay, perfect. Because when you do your work, like on tests and assignments, I'm going to need your mama to scan that and email it to me, okay?
Okay.
Because I want to see if you make a mistake, where did you make the mistake? Because if you just choose the wrong answer on a test, then it's what? Just wrong. But if I can check your work to see if you just made a careless mistake, then it's not completely wrong. I can give you partial credit. Does that make sense, Willie?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. All right, Gracie. Yes. After Dalton's next. After Dalton. All right. Does anybody else have a question before we move on? Okay. Now, Willie, do you have a ruler?
I probably have one in my room, but I don't really feel like I have a ruler in my room, but I really don't feel like getting it because it'll take a lot of time.
Okay. Well, do you have a straight edge of that other notebook that you were just using?
Hmm.
Because you're going to need to draw a straight line, okay?
Hmm.
So I'm going
I
to
probably,
rulers, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to need those for, okay?
if I don't have a ruler, what else can I use?
That's okay. All right. Now, I want you to pay attention because this part is a hair bit tricky, okay? You can use a pencil. This is one time that you can use a pen, okay? But you're going to take your ruler. You see this blue line at the very top of your notebook? Right here on the right page? I want you to take either your pencil. Do not use a Sharpie. Either use a pencil or a pen and make that line darker, okay? You can use your ruler to use it as a straight edge.
Is it the whole thing or just
Thank you.
the red line or the other way?
It even has
The whole thing. I want you to do the whole thing like this, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I have a ruler.
Make it
now.
a darker line. Yay,
Yeah.
Willie! All right, use that ruler to make this line a darker line at the very top, okay?
Okay.
Tell your mom thanks.
Thank you, Cynthia. Bird, I'm finished.
Okay, all right, next part. You see this red line over here near the
Yes,
center
ma'am.
of your book?
Yes,
Put your
ma'am.
ruler there and make that line darker, okay?
Okay.
We did this in Mr. Sterling's class yesterday.
That's okay.
When we're making the table of contents.
I'm probably a little bit better at doing it
All right, you see
horizontally.
this faint red line on the right side? Use your ruler and make that one a darker line.
I was off here. I was way off.
All right, you see, Willie? So it should look like this. All right, now I want you to look right here. Everybody watch, because everybody does this incorrectly every year. At the very top of your page, in the middle, not on the line, in the white space up here at the top, I want you to write table of contents. You see it right here? In the white space, in the middle, table of contents. Pen or pencil, it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, is it 10:30? My clock is wrong.
Yeah, your clock's definitely wrong, because I saw it this morning.
Oh my, why didn't you tell me this morning?
I didn't know I was busy.
Mom, it's 10:30.
I know.
Hey, you
Okay,
just called yourself.
What time do we switch?
Hmm?
What time do we switch?
We switch at, I'm not sure.
Yes, ma'am.
10:40, is
It
it
doesn't matter.
10:40? I need to look.
Yeah, that's what John said. John said 10:40.
Wow.
I'll look, be quiet for a minute. Okay, we'll get this done. Dang. Okay, all right, on the left, that left column, on the line, that dark line, above the dark line, I want you to write the word date.
What time does this class end? Above the line?
We don't know yet. Probably at
Excellent. So that's like his brother to school.
what time does class end?
Give me 1 second, Willie, I'm looking. Believe it or not, they've changed our schedule every day this week. hmm
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So every day we've had a different bell schedule. So let's see. At 10:40 is when we switch, and then Mr. Starling's class starts at 10:43.
So what are we supposed to, what, just it, that's all?
All right. So Willie, you see how I labeled this? Date, topic, and page. In the middle on the line, I want you to write topic, okay? Because that's going to be our, you can write topic or lesson. I did lesson up there. Either way is fine. What?
I took up all my space.
What was the other one?
That's all right. Just write it. Just write page over here. It's fine. Do you need to go, Gracie? Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Won't they go into Mrs. Morris's class today, right?
All right, ready? Has everybody got this page done?
We did this in Mr. Sherman's page. But we didn't take the content.
All right, flip over.
Yeah, we had to write it on the line.
All right. Now, you're going to, just two. You're going to do it on the back of
Hello.
this page. Yes, sir.
You have to go here. Kadarius has to go to his school too.
Okay, so you need to go now?
Yes, Mom.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, Willie, this is what I need for you to do for me when you come back home, okay? That
Okay.
table of contents page that you just did right here, okay? I need you to do it on these 2 pages right here, okay?
On the other ones too.
Just the back and the next page, all right?
Okay.
So you'll have 3 pages of table of contents. See, 1, 2, 3,
Yes, Mom.
okay?
Okay.
Can you do
Okay.
that for me?
Yes, Mom.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Bye, Willie. Bye,
Bye.
Miss McCormick. Okay. All right, I want you to do the next 2 pages. You don't have to write table of contents. And if you don't want to write the headings, you don't have to because you'll know what each side is by the time you get to the back. Okay?
Miss Bird,
Yes, ma'am.
what time does the class end?
10:40. He's
Okay,
good.
I was trying to get an idea so I know every day. I have to come bring the other one to the high school, and we have to leave because we all the way in Patrick.
That's fine. It's good.
Okay.
We're good, I promise.
Okay,
Usually by this time, we will have already been working on independent work, so it won't
Okay.
be that big of a deal.
okay. Well, he know how to log into everything, so we good.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, definitely. Okay. It'll come off with the Clorox wipe. Zoe, will you let Gracie back in when she comes back? Oh, praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
They say leave the door cracked because it locks when you close it.
Well, last year we didn't have to leave our doors locked, so that's been a new thing for us.
You gotta lock them now.
Good question.
It's an automatic lock.
Last year we left our doors open and
You left your doors open.
so that the air would flow through, so that germs didn't get stuck in the room. All right. All right, I'm gonna hang this cup up. Oh, I don't know how to stop recording this.
She's not.
Stop recording.
Oh, yeah.
Stop.